and spunky.
I'd like to kiss you, but I just washed my hair.
Ruth Elizabeth Davis came to Hollywood with talent, ambition, and drive, and she stayed as Miss Bette Davis. In 1934, she played Mildred in Of Human Bondage. She wasn't a conventional Hollywood beauty, but she stunningly played the provocative waitress, for whom Leslie Howard becomes obsessed.
It made me sick when I had to let you kiss me. I only did it because you begged me. You hounded me. You drove me crazy. And after you kissed me, I always used to wipe my mouth. Wipe my mouth!
The movie made her a star. In an age of glamour girls, she wasn't afraid to play unglamorous roles, as in Now Voyager, when she portrayed a dowdy spinster who transforms herself into a sophisticated woman. And in a time when movie moguls wanted their female stars to be lovable, she preferred being strong and memorable.
Child, you're out of your mind. You know you can't wear red to the Olympus Ball. Can't I? I'm going to. This is 1852, Dublin. 1852, not the Dark Ages. Girls don't have to simper around in white just because they're not married.
Her performance as Jezebel earned her a second Academy Award in 1938. Her first Oscar had been for Dangerous 3 years earlier. And many felt she should have won her third for playing Margot Channing, the temperamental Broadway star in All About Eve. It was the quintessential Davis character, tough, vulnerable, and magnetic.
I'm nothing but a body with a voice, no mind.
What a body. What a voice.
Some thought Margot Channing was Bette Davis. On screen, she was in love with her leading man, actor Gary Merrill. And off-screen, she fell in love with Merrill and married him. It was her fourth and final marriage, but like her others, it did not last. At the age of 39, during her third marriage, she had her first child, Barbara, nicknamed Beady. She says that Beady was the love of her life. During her marriage to Gary Merrill, they adopted 2 children. Margot, who is mentally retarded and is today institutionalized, and Michael, who is now a lawyer. But Bette Davis never stopped working. Indeed, well past 50, when her career seemed over, she put on frightening makeup and starred with Joan Crawford, another Hollywood legend from the Golden Age.
You wouldn't be able to do these awful things to me if I weren't still in this chair. But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
The movie, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, was a smash. Davis and Crawford pretended mutual respect and even affection. But today, Bette Davis admits that she yearned to win a then unprecedented third Academy Award. However, she says, Joan Crawford viciously campaigned against her, and she lost. It hurt her, but it didn't stop her. Bette Davis is now 78 years old and has appeared in more than 80 movies during her career. 3.5 years ago, she suffered a mastectomy, a stroke, and then a broken hip. She courageously fought back with the help of her assistant, Catherine Cermak. It was at this time that she suffered perhaps her greatest blow. Her beloved and now married daughter, B.D. Hyman, wrote a shocking and unflattering memoir about her mother. They have not spoken, nor has she seen B.D.'s 2 sons since the book's publication. Several years ago, Bette Davis started writing her own book about her years in Hollywood and about her experiences as a mother and a woman. It is called This and That, and she wrote it, she says, hoping it would help others who may have to overcome, as she did, a debilitating stroke.
Nobody's ever really talked about how one can overcome a stroke. And I did. And it can be overcome.
What sustains you?
Really and truly, what sustains me is work. No question.
I want to ask you about some of the things you bring up in the book. When you first came to Hollywood, you were hardly thought of as a sex symbol in the days when being a sex symbol was
No. I didn't have any more sex appeal than Slim Somerville, who was a lanky, funny comic. I heard that in an outer office from Junior Leverly one day. I must say it hurt me quite a little. And then I was known as the Little Brown Rand. I didn't care much about that. I'd been kind of attractive, I thought, when I was in the theater.
When you first came to Hollywood, did you ever have the casting couch experience that we keep hearing about?
Well, you know, which worried me very much, because I heard about how all actresses were made passes at, and then no one made any passes at me.
Oh.
I was chased around the dressing room once by an older actor way in the beginning. Yes, but he didn't catch me.
Ah, good. Of the films, which is your favorite? Which do you want to be remembered by?
I begged Warner to make Dark Victory, and he did, and which was a most glorious story.
I must go in now. Anne, please understand. No one must be here. No one. So I must show him I can do it alone. Perhaps it will help him over some bad moments to remember it. Anne, be my best friend. Go now. Please.
One of the men who was in love with you in that film was Ronald Reagan.
It's 4 o'clock, sir. Last drink.
2 here, 2 there. Same thing.
Yes, sir.
It's funny.
Why?
Time, Alec. Did you ever think about time?
In your book, you call him Little Ronnie Reagan.
Oh, I always did call him Little Ronnie Reagan.
Why?
Well, I don't know. He wasn't a very good actor. No, just Little Ronnie Reagan. And all of us are very amazed that Mr. Reagan, I think, has done as well as he has.
I don't think there's an actress who has uttered as many memorable lines as you have.
No, writers have given me such.
Oh, yeah, but
great
you've
lines.
said them. I mean, I can remember them. What about What a Dump?
Oh, my God, yes. What a dump. And in the film, this is all I do.
What a dump.
Did nothing with it until Mr. Albee wrote Virginia Woolf.
And then they did the
And
impersonation of you.
And Miss Taylor did it brilliantly. And when I do my show that I tour all over the world with, I open up with What a Dump.
How do you say it?
Well, I imitate the imitators. What a dump. But I never said it that way in the beginning.
Are there any actresses acting today whom you think could do your roles, whom you kind of look at and say, oh, I see a little bit of myself there, or she could do
I
it?
see a lot in Deborah Winger.
Mm-hmm.
Great deal of myself in Deborah Winger. I think if she wants it, she could go a very long way. And she's also being called very, very difficult, and that's just the beginning of success. Until you're called very, very difficult in Hollywood, you're really nobody at all.
Are you difficult?
Well, I always fought for what I believed in.
Mm-hmm.
That means you're difficult.
In All About Eve, there are the lines that the actress in it says, funny business, a woman's career. Remember them?
Mm-hmm.
Funny business, a woman's career. The things you drop on your way up the ladder so you can move faster. You forget you'll need them again when you get back to being a woman.
Anybody that marries 4 times in the midst of a great big career basically loves being a woman almost as much. So I never forgot I was a woman on my way up.
You're from your book, you're a terrible romantic.
Oh, yes, definitely. I really was always in love with love. No question. That may account for some bad choices I made, because I so enjoyed being in love.
Was there anyone you really loved as you look back?
I think I really loved Gary, yes.
Gary Merrill.
Yes, I do.
Tonight, Miss Margot Channing gave a performance in your cockamamie play, the like of which I have never seen before and expect rarely to see again. Unquote.
Of the men I married,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I really did love Gary, I think.
You have said, you talk about it in your book, and you've said it before, I quote, sex is God's joke on human beings.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of a tricky thing. When basically, let's please God hope that the man we say will spend the rest of our lives with, one can communicate with. And as I also say in the book, communication, separate bedrooms and separate baths.
That's what makes a good marriage.
I think that gives you a chance. I think sharing one bathroom is hopeless.
No marriage can
And
work if you share one
interestingly
bath.
enough, the men take longer in the bathrooms than the women do.
You've taken a poll.
No, I haven't had that many experiences to take a poll.
I won't pursue this.
No, we won't pursue this, that's right.
In your book, you say what you always hoped to have from the song title, someone to watch over me. You never found it.
And then I say, it's no wonder. Nobody ever thought I needed it. I was always competent, earned my own way, and nobody would have ever thought I needed someone to watch over me. And I never did find it.
4 marriages. And you talk yourself about losing. Why did you lose?
If I could boil it down
Yeah.
to one thing, I was a famous woman.
Mm-hmm.
That very much interfered and was very difficult for these men to take.
So many women today are having troubles balancing the career and the children. Was that a problem?
Well, you see, by the time Bette was born, I was 39. The career was made.
Mm-hmm.
If I had had my children when I was at the age that most women do, I would have chosen the children and not the career. Because you cannot really do well, both.
You don't think
When you're dedicated to get to the top, as I was.
Were you a good mother, do you think?
Mm-hmm. I think I was. My impression of me as a mother, yes. I think I was a good mother. My son does, too. That's a comfort that one child agrees.
Your book, This and That, is about a whole number of things. But at the end, you do talk about your daughter. You say that it was a shattering experience, that you will never get over it, that it was as bad as the stroke, this book.
Oh, definitely.
Can you understand it?
Never, of course. I haven't seen her now for 3 years. And she was the love of my life. No question about it. We had a great life together. No, I'll never get over it.
The last page of your book is a letter to your daughter. Very straight letter.
Yes, I think the letter is, well, she wrote a letter to me at the end of her book. So I decided to end mine the same way. And I think it's humorful and just right. One line in it that I'm very, very proud of. In her book, she said that she thought if she sold her book for a television special of my life, that Glenda Jackson should play me. And in my last letter, I say, I do hope. I call her Hyman in my book. I do hope that if you do sell your book for my life story television, you will have the courtesy to ask me to play myself. I'm pleased about that remark.
If your life story were done, what would the title be?
Joe Mankiewicz told me what to put on my tombstone, so it would be a good title. She did it the hard way, which is the truth. You too. That's in all Yankees.
You have a very fast mind. If you had to describe Bette Davis in 5 words, I'll give you time.
Oh, bro, whoops.
What pops into your head?
I am just too much.